All right, what's going on, guys? We're right now about a week and a half away from the drift event, and a week and a half ago, previously, the wiring on Snuggles kind of went up in flames. So we were driving it, and all of a sudden we started smelling smoke, and Mary's seen a bunch coming from the center console area. And so I assumed it was coming through the firewall. I immediately got out, popped the hood. I'm just gonna use my fire extinguisher on the engine bay. And I got here and looked and was like, there's nothing burning. What's going on? And I'd already shut everything off at this point. And so went back in there, all the smoke and everything was done. And yeah, after I towed it home, was kind of freaking out. I couldn't get it started afterwards, so that sucked. But I towed it home, and then went ahead and took apart all the dash and rewired everything. I'll post some videos over. I tried to record a lot of what was going on, but I had like 20 minutes of just me jabbering, and that's probably too much jibber jabber than what it's worth. But basically, I'll show you the inside of the car right now. It looks pretty good now, but let me flip this around. So the inside of the car, obviously I have my fire extinguisher and all the interior's back in. What you wouldn't know if you hadn't sit in the car previously was this is a Haltech fuse box. It used to not be here. All the fuses used to be those little inline fuse like things, and essentially the things that caught on fire were a fan fuse. The fuse popped and still had current going through it. Don't know why. It shouldn't have done that. That's the whole point of a fuse popping. And my fuel pump switch was all broke and bent up. I think that's why my car wouldn't start after. But essentially, I took apart this entire interior, redid all of the wiring behind the dash for switch panel and some for the ECU, and should have everything working. As of right now, I've tested the switch panel and everything turns on, like on the dash and everything. I haven't started it yet due to, in this process, I found a hole in my turbo coupler. So there was the little intercooler coupler thing goes from here to here. There's a hole in it. So I think I was having a slight boost leak, which would make sense because it felt like it was kind of down on power. And yeah, so I got a few things I gotta fix, like clip these zip ties, or just holding wires away from the wheel well. Everything else in the interior, like all these have to be bolted down completely still. They're just kind of sitting there. But I have it all wired to a junction block under here by the ECU, power going to the fuse box to the switch panel, and the main power that goes to here goes straight to the kill switch, and the kill switch will kill everything on the switch panel. So essentially, like, if anything goes bad like that again, or I have a fire in the engine bay or something else, you immediately hit that kill switch and all the fuel and everything will be shut off, which is good. That's safe. So I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. It's got like the old school switches. I thought it would be cool just to have the fuses right up front. You can actually see them, and couldn't find any of like the more modern ones that looked like that, so went ahead and just went with the old school one. But yeah, so essentially we are now a week and a half away, or no, just a week away. The event's in exactly a week. So we're a week away from the drift event. I'm still waiting on the coupler. I have to bolt check everything, get tires mounted. I'm putting the Kendas on here. I'm gonna be putting these tires on those Z wheels, and Craig is giving me Infinity wheels, so I ordered a set of Ironmans that will be going on those. So I'll have plenty of tires. I don't really have a tire shop to put them on yet, so I'm either gonna hit up Walmart or Lonnie's here, and I think Lonnie's and Independence will do used tires and stuff like that, so I think they might be a good option. My truck, the towing truck, just started, brakes started squealing, so that's what I'm working on today. Originally, when I bought this truck, they said that they had all new brakes around, all new brakes, whatever. Mine needs about a year of the brakes now, but I don't think they grease the caliper very well because everything is squealing and it's the caliper squealing. So hopefully the pads look fine. You can see the little pad mark or whatever, but so pads look fine. But I already bought new pads anyways, so I'll put the new pads on, and they're the towing pads, whatever that is. But yeah, so that's the plan, is I'm gonna go ahead and take these off, grease them, and then put the new pads on. So, just got back from Lonnie's. As you can see, got some new Ironmans on the Z wheels, the Kendas on the Cobras, and some used tires on the Infinity wheels that Craig gave me. So, I'm gonna go ahead and unload all these, and I can put the Cobra wheels back on the front. I just got my turbo intercooler coupler thing, so I can install that, and hopefully we can start the car and make sure everything works and drive around a bit before the event this weekend. Got a couple days now, so. I always love seeing the pattern of the Kendas. I think they look pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these put on. So you can see I got my Cobras on. You can see the Kendas are already so grippy, they're getting my dog's hair on it. But got the Cobras on with the Kendas. Got my other 6 tires over there, so we have 4 sets of tires. 2 of them are used, 2 of them are new. We'll have those all for the event this Saturday. And got this put on, but I broke the little clamp that I had for it, so I'm using a normal hose clamp. It's not the best option to use, but that's kind of what I'm at right now. I'll go ahead and order one, maybe run to the parts store, see if I can get some. I had some others laying around, but they're too small, so they will not work. Yeah, so basically what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna clean all this up, but I'm gonna get under the car and do a bolt check, and then I can drop the car on the ground and make sure everything starts after all the wiring and everything. So that's where I'm at. All right. It's not fully warmed up yet, but once it gets warm, we can take her for a drive. See how she does. I think we're okay. It runs pretty rich when we're hitting boost, but I think that's good. I hope. I'm hitting 12 PSI and then it stops, so it's not like over boosting. I think we're good. I wonder how this thing sounds in video. Sounds insane in person. I'm gonna go around the block a bit, then I'll head home. Switch panel doesn't look too bad. Sitting at 14.6. At 180 or just under 180. Let's go inside. All right. So I'm pretty happy with how Snuggles like drove overall. Temps were around 180, and air to ratio gauge was relatively all right. Under boost, it was getting a little bit above 10, and I believe that's okay. Kind of not 100% positive, but I believe it's okay. So better run rich than lean, right? So yeah, I'm pretty excited. We have 2 days till the drift event. Hopefully I have one GoPro. Hopefully I'll have a couple more. I have a couple friends that said they have some that I might put a borrow. So hopefully I can have one on the inside and one on each like side of the windows. That way I can have like all angles of drifting. And if Craig or Mark come, we can have like some tandems going and maybe be able to see on the GoPros them being close or me being close to them, you know? So hopefully we can get some pretty cool footage. For sure we'll have some footage for the drift event. So yeah, that's basically all I have for this. I'm gonna go ahead and end it now. I'll see you guys in a few days. We're gonna go be getting sideways and Snuggles, and it should be a good time. So subscribe, and I'll see you in a couple days.